Jesus, honor and glory
to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakah Kodash.
Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. All right, and we out here once again, and through the Spirit, we're just gonna get right into it. Now, we're just talking about just a few things going on with this power outage situation. You also have the food prices are going up, but also the shortages are getting worse and worse. To where now every regular average individuals are seeing it when they go to these stores. They're finding out there ain't nothing over there. The shelves are bare, empty. All right, and maybe one or two items here, which at that one or two items, by the time you come, somebody done already got it. Now, I got you. Now, if you could go to the store early in the morning and find the shit empty, then then that shows you that because you have overnight staff or you have openers who make sure to stock up everything before people come in. Overnight, yep.
Oh, I was gonna make a point. Last time when it was like the snowstorm or whatever, even the news tell you make sure you stock up on things. Even they had a store like is it Whole Foods? I think it was. Like even them, there was like a lot of people was going in there looking for things to buy. So they had to they was like we gonna buy up everything. They was talking to eating my man on the news. He was like, I'm gonna try to get as much as I can. So you see that spirit of, hey, stock up on things because we don't know if eventually you might not have, or the weather might have you people locked into it. It's like you don't have to have whatever you have in your house.
Right. That's right. And electricity.
Right. You had a testimony about the Con Edison?
Oh yeah, like a couple of weeks now, Con Edison called my house saying, hey, electricity might be out on your block or something like that. So, just stock up on things just in case anything, keep certain materials because you might not be able to call 911. I'm like, what the hell?
Might not be able to call 911. So now, what you think is going to be happening? People freezing to death? Because it's cold,
We're in February now.
We're in February now. Now, your heater is powered by electricity, So when these things start going on, a lot of people don't realize how much they depend on. America is built on electricity, on commerce, on everything's artificial. So number one, people don't know how to live in the natural means. And number two, they're so dependent on these artificial things, from the water boilers to the water filterers to all of these things. It all runs on electricity. Do you even get in water?
And that's all the curses of Babylon are taking effect. Okay, the last end time prophecies, all right, taking effect before the return of our Lord Yahushua. That's how you know that we're in the end times, man. How do you know? Through the biblical prophecies. All right, we're going to get into a few of those prophecies right now.
Right.
All right, starting off in the book of Isaiah, chapter 13, and verse 1. It says, the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah, the son of Amos, did see. And a burden, when you go into that word, as a matter of fact, we could do it right now. All right, a burden is really what a lot of Americans are feeling. Ever since this guy Biden came into president, burden Biden.
Bear shells Biden.
Bear shells Biden, right? It says a load that which is borne or carried. It says a load, weight, charge, duty. And you notice a lot of things that's happening has been people are being charged at high fees, high prices, okay, which is going into inflation. All right, your jobs are firing you, okay, because you're not complying to certain mandates and so on and so forth. So those are charges, those are duties that a lot of people have to adhere to. Mandates, all right, that's causing division. Okay, it's changing, it's causing really a change of a world. All right, from when you could go to a hospital, all right, and you're gonna be seen by a so-called doctor. Now you're depending on technology to tell you if you're healthy or sick. All right, now you could just stay home and buy a small little device and take a test, and it says, oh, you're positive or negative. That means you're sick or you're not sick. But in a few years ago, you just have to go to the hospital and then the doctor will tell you. You see? So that's all part of what? Being burdensome, man.
Hey, well, that's not good.
Also, what? The prophecies are burdening this land.
Like that.
All right? The prophecies are burdening this land, man. Okay? A lot of these people, all these things that's happening right now is what? Prophecies that's manifesting. Okay? End time prophecies that are manifesting, man. It says a burden, right? Subject often repeated. Okay? Refrain or chorus of a song. All right? Here it says, right here it says an onerous or difficult concern. And a lot of people in America are in a state of burden. Their brain, their mind is not at rest. It's either you don't have a job, all right, or your family's going through something, okay? Or your future is bleak, all right? You're worried about, oh man, how am I gonna be able to pay for this? Like the brothers started off talking about what? The food situation, okay? And every single day you're always hearing some type of negative thing in the news, man. That's a burden to a lot of people, all right? You always hearing the C-19 every single day. That becomes a burden, man. That's all you hear everywhere you go. Yo, I paid my my internet bill today, all right? And then as I'm reading it, it says, oh, for C-19 guidance or some shit like that. I'm like, you supposed to be given internet. What do you have to do with this? It's like everywhere you hearing this shit everywhere you go.
Right.
That's a burden, man. You know?
Restrictions. That's a burden.
Right?
Because that's really where the heavy parts of the burden comes from. You know, because when you're restricted from your normal means of doing something, now you got to go the long route.
Right.
You know, now you got to wait in the long line. Now you got to do this, you got to do that. Hey, even traveling. For a lot of people to travel nowadays, they got to go, you know, and they tell you it has to be recent within the last 3 days. You know, you got to be negative. Then when you get to the spot at the airport, now you got to get checked again. You know, and all this, that, and the third, and it's burdensome.
Right.
Okay?
Like
but it's only the beginning.
That's right. It's like access baggage. Like when you're carrying more than you really want to.
God. Yep.
Right,
And
so-
that's how they've designed the system.
It says here, in the blue letter, all right, I believe it says masa, right? And it says here, it sounds like massa, right?
Right.
You know, like a burdensome spirit.
Esau, the slave
Esau,
master.
right? And he's about to fulfill, right? He's about to get to the sufficiency,
Right.
you know, in the
Fill his belly,
right? Filling his belly. He's in that
The
process.
fullness of his sufficiency.
The fullness of his sufficiency. So that's why everyone could feel this negative burden, some like this feeling of like, yo, we got to get out of here. I'm not sure if it's just me. I'm sure brothers have been through it as well. The past 2 weeks, it's been a heavy spirit of, yo, we just want to get out of here, man.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, yo, you just tired of it. It's like everything just feels so stale. You like, yo, what else are we waiting for? You know, you see all these wicked ass people just keep going, and you keep on going through shit. And you like, yo, Lord, you know, you gotta turn up. Let's go. You know, you start getting to that spirit like Ezra.
Yep.
You know, when are these prophecies gonna hit? When are we gonna get out of here? When are we gonna see people getting jacked up?
Right.
When are we gonna see this place really get shook, man?
Right.
But it's coming.
How long?
How long,
And
Lord?
the angel told Ezra. He said, did not the ancient men of old lie in their chambers,
Right.
wondering when cometh the fruit of our labor?
Right.
You know, because we've been, you know, doing the work of the Lord, right? And it seems as though our reward is not coming. But in the book of Revelation, the 11th chapter, I believe it's the 11th chapter or the 18th chapter, it talks about how the time has come that the Lord should give reward unto his servants, the prophets, and to the saints, those that fear his name. 18? And 18 is the destruction of America. You know, but there's an order in prophecy. There's certain things that need to take place before this place can be destroyed. All right, and that's why the Yahushua said, in your patience possess ye your souls. Because the Lord already understood that in order to serve the Lord, you know, in order to go through the things that we're going through now, you're going to need patience, which the word patience means to suffer. Okay? Because when you are patient, waiting for something, you are suffering not having that thing that you're waiting for. Okay? And the Lord understood that. Now, the thing about it is, you may say, well, we in this truth, you know, we catching hell and whatnot, but you know what? We have something called hope. And the thing with a lot of these people is faith and hope, you know? But the thing with a lot of these people is that they don't have hope. But you know what? A lot of them are coming to the realization that this is all bullshit.
Right.
This is all BS.
They've been lied to.
Exactly, but they don't have anywhere to turn to. That's the problem. So you have a lot of people that do this. They may say, yo, I'll take it, you know, but I didn't want to. I just did it because I felt like I had to. Because they didn't have that other option of faith, of trusting in Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. Now you look at some of these other European countries, and they're saying, well, we just gonna throw it all out. We're gonna throw out the restrictions, throw out the passports, throw it all out. And you got certain people in there who are now like, well, if I had just waited a little bit, I wouldn't have had to suffer all this, because I don't know the long-term, you know, plans for this. But at the same time, you got places like, I believe it's Australia, where they're now saying that they're gonna make it compulsory for everybody, you know, and if they're gonna do checks, and if you don't have it, you get fined, which is the equivalent of about $4,000, you know? So it's like they're throwing it away, but they're not throwing it away, and they're just playing all these mind games with people. And people are getting messed up in the head, but you know what? That's why the scriptures talk about putting on the helmet of salvation. Because with salvation on your mind, whatever other distractions and fiery trials that get thrown at you, they can't affect your mind. Once your mind gets messed up, it doesn't matter how healthy your body is.
Isaiah 13:6.
Yeah. You know, it doesn't matter how healthy your body is, because if you look at, if The Rock became brain dead, he wouldn't really be The Rock anymore, right? Because his mind is now messed up. Okay, but you were mentioning about how we get in the spirit of wanting to get out of here.
Right.
And so I asked the brother to get a precept in the book of Baruch, the 2nd chapter, because that in itself is a prophecy. The Lord said, look, if I'm making food, I'm going to put the spirit of hunger on you so that you're going to desire the food. You know, and it's going to work perfectly, because right when the food is about to be ready, I'll put the spirit of hunger on you. And that's why we're now in that heavy spirit of arise and depart, for this is not your rest. You know, because the Lord is stirring these things up. All those tensions over there with Russia, Ukraine, NATO, and all of that, now they stepped into the spotlight. And you know, it might go up, it might go down, it might go up, it might go down. But at the end of the day, these are the key players that are going to partake in that third world war.
Hey, that's why the Lord said, you're going to hear wars and rumors of wars, right? But the end is not yet.
Right.
All right. So that doesn't mean that, oh, we're hearing about World War III talks. That means that's the end of the world. No, not yet. All right, because there's one major prophecy that has to happen, and once that happens, World War III is going to pick off right there, and that's when you're going to see the return of our Lord,
like a domino effect.
That's it, right? That's it.
So you got it.
Just to add on to your point, what you said about wanting to get out of here, the same thing like with the example you used with food. Now, when you start preparing your food, when you start smelling the food and things like that, especially if you're cooking it, you're looking at it, it's all good and everything, your mouth starts salivating, you start getting those thoughts, I'm getting hungry now.
That's right.
So you can liken it to the same thing like you used the example to food. You're seeing all the prophecies, it's like, I want to get the hell out of here. Like, I'm ready.
Yeah. And that's what Yahweh Shemel Shai wants, right? He wants those that are ready at his appearing. Right, those that are looking for the return of our Lord. A lot of these people in the world, they're not looking for the return of Yahweh Shai.
They don't even know what that is.
They don't even know what that is. And when the Lord comes back, they're still gonna be all messed up, because their dark, warped, twisted mind of the Lord's return is some little fantasy movie.
Right.
You know, the rapture. You know, so everybody your clothes just magically disappear, and everybody just becomes naked and just just goes up into the air. Then the Antichrist comes up. His red tail, his 7 heads, you know, and then Yahweh Shai comes down with the sword and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what they imagine. A 7-year war. Nigga, a 7-year war. Why you gotta take 7 whole years? What kind of war is that? So what are people gonna be doing on the earth as Satan is fighting against the Lord for 7 years? You know? It doesn't make sense. But what does it say? Cunningly devised fables. You'd rather believe that than the fact that the MOTV is the Charagma. You know? You see, the things that are harder to believe, the fables, they'll believe that. But the more realistic things, according to the scriptures, they won't even give that the time of the day. People who go to church and be lied to for 20, 30 years of their life, come out of the church, you say, well, hold on. If you're a dedicated Christian, you go to church every Sunday, right, for what, 30 years? And I ask you, how many sons did Isaac have? Are you telling me you start listing Esau, Cain, Adam? You know, you talking about Paul, Peter, James? Hold on a second, what? You know? And you say, so what have you been doing in this church for 30 years? You know what they've been doing? They wear their little tight-ass clothing. They wear their little head wraps. They go up in there and they sit there quietly and they listen to the pastor sing to them and tell them BS.
But see, that's the thing. That's what's wrong with our people, is that they don't see anything wrong with it. They actually think it's funny. You know, when you ask somebody these questions that they actually need to know and they don't know it, they think it's funny. You know, they'll be like, oh, is it like David, the son of like Jacob? Like, oh my God, I don't even know.
Yeah.
Like, why? I haven't gone over in so long. Like, they're proud to say that.
Yep.
You know, that's what's wrong with our people, man. But here it is. Esau is dedicating time.
I was about to say that.
You know?
Ask the Edomite.
Yeah.
He'll give you the dates.
Everything, man.
David's shoe measurements.
Yeah.
You know?
They go into everything, man. Scripture says in Psalm 64,
Yep.
right? They do a diligent search, man.
Yep.
You know, they search out iniquities. So things that pertain to righteousness, that's pertain to the Israelites, they do research to go against that.
Yep.
Okay, the iniquities that they look into is what? For the destruction of our nation, man.
That's right.
All right, that's why they do all these things, man. It's not that, oh, we're trying to gain knowledge in the truth so we can teach righteousness. Nah, that's not what they're doing. You see, that's why we study,
Right.
all right, to combat the lies,
Right.
breaking down strongholds, So it's necessary to study because these devils did a lot of studying to be able to concoct this world that we're living in, man. So in order to break it down, you got to study to know what kind of tricks they used. And then how can you combat that? By the understanding the scriptures, man.
Right.
You know?
That's why they so quick to take down our videos, because they know what we saying is to be the truth. And what happens is, before the world could get wind of it, they'll flag us for this something that ain't even pertaining to what they guidelines is, and say, yeah, well, we can't let you post that video because of the stipulations. It's because they know that what we bringing out is like, oh, nah, that's too heavy. It can't get out there like that. So we got to speak in codes, you know?
Right.
But
Like
ultimately, they know.
Yeah, like I said, I was telling my Eve the other day, I said, if we were wrong, why would you bother censoring us?
Right.
If somebody's wrong, you don't care what they're saying.
Right.
If the only reason why you want somebody to be quiet, all right, is if they're telling the truth. Even Yahushua tried to, he told the demons to be quiet because they were trying to reveal him. You know, like, oh, Yahushua, the Son of the Most High, oh Lord, yo, you don't destroy us. And he was like, yo, shut up, man. Yo, be quiet. You know, like, don't talk too much. Be quiet, because they knew who he was.
It's not time yet.
It's not time yet.
That's what even he told Mary, right?
Exactly.
It's not my time yet.
Right. You know, so that's what Esau does, man. Anyone who brings out the truth, they're like, nah, you gotta quiet down. You gotta quiet down. You know, because the truth is going. What? It takes time to come out, but once it comes out, it's real powerful, man. You can't break it down.
And it spreads faster than wildfire.
Right.
Yep.
See, but there's a saying that says the lies spread 6 times faster than the truth. You see, but the lies are weak. That's why you need so much of it. You know, but one truth, it kills everything, man, and that's why we're so dangerous to these elites, man.
Hey, if you notice, lies are always changing, but the truth remains the same.
Right.
You know, because you may tell a lie, but by the time your lie gets to somebody else, it's a whole different story. But the truth stays the same. You know why? Because you can prove it. In order to prove a lie, you got to bring another lie.
Right.
That's your proof.
Right.
And in order to prove that lie, you got to bring another lie. So the more questions get asked, the more lies get told.
That's it.
But if you come with the truth, it doesn't matter what question you come with. I'm gonna keep giving you the same truth.
That's it.
That's why vocab, he comes here. Now he's going back in time. You know, back in time edition. He said, shit, I can't deal with the present prophets. So let me go back and find Elder Abba Bivens' book, and let me try to go in there and say, all right, I got a book now. Now I know back then, you know, when you go here, but that's what they're trying to do.
Right.
Because he can't find an in. But guess what? Even in that, he can't find an in.
Right.
You know why, vocab? Because you're not fighting against men. You're fighting, less happily you be found to fight against the Most High.
Right.
The Most High set us up. That's why we look like regular men. But if we look like regular men, why is it so hard for you to overcome us?
Right.
Because you can't. Because the Most High set us up. So if you were to overcome us, you would really be overcoming the Most High.
Right.
And he ain't gonna let you do that. So you come and you make yourself look stupid, and you know what happens? You give more exposure to the truth.
That's it.
For we can do nothing against the truth, but what? For the truth. That's it. Let's get that. Isaiah 30, because you had mentioned that, you said you got Jake in these churches, and they'll be wrong, but they think it's funny.
Right.
You know? Yeah, like, was it Esau, Jake, you know, all that. So okay, cool. It's all fun and games. Now, when your life is on the line, if you had a gun to their head and you ask them that question, you say, if you say the wrong answer, I'm gonna pull this trigger, they wouldn't laugh if they got the wrong answer.
Right.
See?
Right. That's what's coming.
Yeah, that's what's coming. You know?
Missiles.
Yep. Hey, what does the scripture say? Proverbs 30:4, right? What is his name and what is his son's name, if thou canst tell? And what happens if you cannot tell? Well, you're gonna be in some trouble, because it says in Acts 4:12 that all they that call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved, right? Which is really the elect, because you're gonna have people that call on his name and they're not gonna be saved, and you're gonna have people that call on his name that will be saved.
Right, and that, like the brother quoted, Acts 4:12, there's only one name underneath heaven given among men whereby we might be saved.
Right.
And that name is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
That's it.
That's the only name, and soon you're gonna see it.
That's it.
Soon you're gonna see, man.
That's it. Ain't no way around it.
That's it.
You got it.
Isaiah chapter 30, verse 9, that this is a rebellious people,
So who is that talking about? The nation of Israel. Go ahead.
lying children,
Lying children, and that's what Jake do. All right. That's what they do. You know, even if you catch them in a lie, they'll lie. Right to your face. And then you show them the proof. That's not you. That's not your picture. Nah, that's not me. So who the hell is that? I don't know, but it's not me. That's Jake. Right? Go ahead.
children that will not hear the law of the Lord.
They will not hear the law of the Lord. And if they won't even hear it, how would they take heed to it to do it? Go ahead.
Verse 10, which say to the seers, see not.
And who are the seers? The seers are the prophets. a seer was another way of saying a prophet, because in the ancient world they were called seers because they were given visions and they could see, all right, whatever was to come. They could see what was the will of the Lord, pursuant to Amos chapter 3 verse 7. Surely the Lord God will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants the prophets. Okay, so it says what?
Which say to the seers, see not.
So they tell the prophets, don't see. Go ahead.
And to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things. Speak unto us smooth things.
So don't tell us the right thing. Amos 5 and what's that? 10 or 5 and 10. They hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhor him that speaketh uprightly. Because if you know you're doing wrong and somebody's correcting you, then you get mad at the person. Why do you think little kids get upset when they get disciplined by their parents? And they might feel like, man, I hate my parents, but really that's just that emotion. And that's Jake. You tell them the truth. They say, no, we don't want to hear that. Why do you think ain't nobody over here? You got it.
There's a book of Jeremiah chapter 7 verse 8. It says, behold, ye trust in lying words that cannot profit.
There we go.
So the Lord is saying it right there, and there's more. It says, will ye steal, murder, and commit adultery, and swear falsely, and burn incense unto Baal, and walk after other gods whom ye know not? And that's what Jake does, man. A lot of so-called black on black crime, isn't it our own people doing it to themselves? The Lord is saying, what? Will ye steal? Jake always stealing from each other. Okay? They break into houses. They'll jack up your car. You know?
Steal your mirrors.
They'll steal your mirrors. Yeah, it happened. You know? They'll steal from the prophets. Okay? It says what? And what? And murder. And that's what Jake does, man. The other day, I seen a video out there in Texas. There was this man who driving his pickup truck, and a couple of Jakes just hopped out the car and just started shooting the car up, man. I'm like, damn, they got right back in the car and then drove off. I'm like, what other nation you see do stuff like this, man? There's Jake, and back then they were doing the same thing. You know? They would take you out.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, they were doing the same thing, man.
Bloody men.
Bloody men, you know?
Oh yeah, because back then it wasn't as, look man, back then you ain't see the cameras and all this shit here. Back then somebody could kill you just like that.
Right.
You know, and that's why in the Apocrypha it tells you, go not in the way with a man that blood is as nothing in his sight.
Right.
Lest he get angry and it's just you and him and he overcomes you. Because blood is as nothing in his sight. He'll kill you and he'll just go about his day.
Right.
You know, people actually did that back then. Like the slayer, you had the law dealing with the slayer, and then you had the sanctuary cities in the case you would accidentally kill somebody. Because you can have accidents that can kill somebody.
Right. It says, and commit adultery, and that's all these niggas do.
Spiritual and physical.
That's it. They do it to the max, man. That's the one nation that really revels in adultery, man. That's our nation. Right. The 12 tribes. All 12 tribes, they all do that. They all do that,
adulterous
nation. That's right. Right? It says,
and because to have physical adultery, how do you know that Jake does it? Listen to their music.
Right.
That's all they promote.
Right.
TYB, there was something called TYB season. Take your bitch season. Meaning Jake was promoting that there's a season, you got cuffing season, then you got TYB season, where the goal is to take another man's woman.
Yeah.
The fuck is that?
Yeah.
You know? And then the women were down with it. You see? So they had that, huh?
They doing that though.
Exactly. You know, they do all that, and then they had the spiritual fornication, or the spiritual adultery, where you are cheating because the Lord likens the nation of Israel as to his wife. Right? So when you worship other gods, you are committing spiritual adultery against the Heavenly Father. When you worship Jesus Christ and all of these other religions, you are committing spiritual adultery against the Heavenly Father.
Walking after other gods whom ye know not.
Whom ye know not.
Right? Because the Lord introduced that God to us.
Right.
That's those Jesus Christ, all these different gods, that's not who we knew. That's never been our God, man.
Right.
That's why ever since we started going into these religions and these gods, look where we at. But then when we turn back to the Most High and call upon Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, look where we at.
Right.
You see? So there's a difference, man. You gotta get in tune with your power, man. These gods were created to take you away from your power, there's a reason for that. You see? So you gotta turn back to your God, man, which is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai.
That's right.
All right, Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, only through his only begotten Son, Yahushai, our deliverer, man, the deliverer of the nation of Israel, starting with the elect.
That's it.
Okay?
That's it.
But you
That was it on that?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to that. You know, because really, it's only the elect that are going to be able to receive this. And that's why we don't really care about the rest of the public, because it's not for you.
Right.
So why should we lose sleep over that?
Right.
It doesn't, look, if it's not for you, it's not for you. Why I gotta bend my back, you know, break my back for some if it's not for you, I'm wasting my time, right? You have something?
Yeah,
let him
precept
finish
after
it,
this,
then you
brother.
go.
Okay, all right.
Verse 11. Get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path.
Right, so that's what they say. Get out of the way, because they're going on the way to destruction, and we are standing in the way as watchmen, telling them, no, that's the way of destruction. Don't go that way. So what is their attitude? Get out of the way. Get out of the way.
Get out of the way.
Right? That's their attitude. Move, get your ass out of here. I don't want to hear that shit right now. Okay.
Cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us.
And that's Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So cause the true power to cease from before us. And how is that? Don't talk about him. Don't tell us about him. Don't tell us about his laws. Don't tell us none of that. We don't want to hear that. Right? So just expire that. Get that out of here. You know? Okay.
Basically denouncing that you're an Israelite, because when you accept the fact that you're an Israelite, you come to that realization. Who you gonna talk about? Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Right? That's your God. Right? That's our power. But if you denounce you being an Israelite, then you have nothing to do with the Most High's name Yahweh in the first place.
That's right.
So that's how they say it. They say, I'm not no Israelite. I'm black.
Right.
When you start calling yourself black, you're saying you're denouncing your power. You know?
Right. Cause it to cease from before us.
Right.
Because the name comes with a spirit. Right? When you become an Israelite, matter of fact, when you wake up to the fact that you're an Israelite, we say that because you don't become an Israelite. If you're an Israelite, you're an Israelite. That's by blood. That's like saying I became black. What you mean you became black?
Right.
You know? So the Israelite meaning your line, your lineage, your genealogy. All right? You're not black, you're not Dominican. Your true names are according to the 12 tribes of Israel. So when you wake up to the fact that you're an Israelite, now you see, okay, well, if I've been living like a black man, right? A so-called black man, I'm not a so-called black man. There's nothing that makes me black. So why do I associate myself with that term? What does black signify? Void of light, darkness, negativity.
Good.
So what part of me is black? Death. So I'm not black, so what am I? Right? If I'm an Israelite, then there's a certain way I gotta live. And I can read about that in the scriptures. That's why you have teachers. Right? So go ahead.
Verse 12, Isaiah chapter 30, verse 12. Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word, and trust in oppression.
And what's this word? This word is not just the Bible, it's the correct understanding of the Bible. Because a lot of people tell you, oh, I love the Bible. Yeah, I read it all the time. You know, but they don't, do you understand what you're reading? Because the so-called Catholics claim to read the Bible, but they come up with some madness, you know, and they're heavy into idolatry, right? Idol worship, women worship, all that, they all up into that stuff. But they claim to carry the book, the Apocrypha, all of this, right? Deal with the canon and the non-canonical books, but yet they don't understand the truth. So the Lord is really dealing with the correct understanding of the Bible, because we all use the same book. So why is there such a difference? It's the understanding of that book, right? The Holy Spirit, because the understanding differs.
Right, and it's spiritual too, because that's why Esau does not want you to call yourself an Israelite, because it'll be harder for him, though he's a man of blood, but it'll be a little bit harder for him to put an Israelite to death compared to a black man. If he says, oh, 2 black people got shot, that's normal. Like, okay, black people, right? But 2 Israelite men, that's like a little bit more like, damn, I'm literally directly touching the children of the Most High's, the apple of his eye. That sounds a little crazy in your head. 2 Israelite men got shot down. It's like, whoa, you know you're gonna get judged for that. But if you say 2 black men, it's like, oh yeah, that happens all the time. So there's a spiritual energy behind those names. That's why they emphasize us not calling ourselves Israelites, man. They constantly sending people saying, no, y'all not the Israelites. No, y'all not the Israelites. But it's like everything you doing that proves that we are the Israelites, man.
Right, why are you so worried?
Right. Why don't you go to the so-called Jewish people and tell them that they're not the Jews? You don't do that. You know, but that's a thing they're not gonna get into.
The 49ers.
The 49ers, yeah. You know, they're not gonna do that. You know, but see, we don't mind bringing that out because we're just highlighting who you are and who we are. That's it. It's not a big deal. You know, you can't say, oh, they're anti-Semitic. No, we're not. You know, because we're Shemites. Right. So let's go back and forth and let's do what happens.
It's not Semitic, it's right. Shemitic.
Shemitic.
Because to be Shemitic means you come from the line of Shem.
That's it.
Right? His name wasn't Sem, it was really Shem. Right?
His name.
Yeah.
The name Israel.
The name Israel, yep.
That's why they like calling us black Hebrew Israelites.
Right.
Denotate the word Hebrew Israelite.
Right.
Because when you put the word black in front of it, you just condemned us
There you go.
as a racial slur,
Yep.
or like some type of slander.
Like-
You know, like you was breaking down, the word black has all those connotations, which is negative.
Mm-hmm.
They even call the color black is negro.
Oh, yep,
Right, right.
And where you get with negro, you get the word necro, which is
Dead.
death.
Yep.
That's why they're like, look, we're admit that you guys are Israelites, but we're gonna put the negative in front of it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna just cancel the whole. Yeah, okay, y'all is okay, fine, you found out, but we don't want the world to find out. So black Hebrew is like, put that in front of it, and they insist on putting that there because, like I said, it carries a negative connotation. And of course, they're gonna take the niggas in Israel wearing all black, and all they do is just persecute people that just passing by rather than edifying. They out here doing teaching for contention, man, and causing and putting that image because that's what Esau wants, you know.
Go ahead.
Verse 12 again. Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word, and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon, therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall,
Mm-hmm.
swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant.
So you imagine like a dam with a crack up in it, and it's just, you know, and at any moment that dam could break, and the water's just gonna just come on down. That's pretty much the condition that you Israelites are in now, because of your wickedness, because you despise the word of the Lord. All right. So now let's go to Baruch 2, and then we'll come to Isaiah 13. All right. Oh, Salah, you had a precept, right?
Yeah, I see.
Okay.
Yeah.
We get that, and then we get Baruch. You know, because we're in the time of the truth coming out, the revelations. You know, and the Lord is elevating spirituality back on the earth. And it all starts with his word. Okay, and people are going to see, man. See, it's going to be made public news, all right, what the truth of the scriptures are. Because nothing else makes sense. And people are starting to realize that look, man, you know, we call these people names. We made fun of them. We said this, that, and the third, but they're good. You know, even in this, they're still bold, and they're still standing by what it is that they teach. And here I am, now I'm getting confused. Now I'm getting a little shook up. I don't know what's going on. The world is going in a bad direction. You know, what do I do? Okay, and then soon you're gonna see exactly what we've been saying. As some people have been seeing it, their eyes have been opened, and you're gonna see exactly what we've been saying according to the scriptures start happening in your everyday to day life. And then who's the first one you're gonna think of? The first one that told you about it. And that's when you're gonna try to reach out. Oh shit, you know, maybe I should hit up such and such. Yeah, well, right. And then it gets so bad that you know I gotta hit up such and such. But the question is, you hit such and such up, is such and such gonna respond? You know, I remember there was a chick in high school. I told her straight out, I said, look, I'm telling you all this right now, but you too into the world. Now I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you take heed, you're gonna be good. If not, when this shit, I didn't say if, when this starts to happen, don't try to find me. Don't try to reach out to me, because you know what? I'm not gonna answer. And if you see me in person, I'm gonna dub your ass. I'm gonna tell you straight up. Look, I'm gonna tell you straight up. I don't care what efforts you went through. I don't care if you became a stalker or a sex offender. I don't care what you went through. If you find me, I'm gonna let you know I ain't got nothing for you. And she's like, oh, that's messed up. What you mean that's messed up? How the fuck is that messed up? I said, look, if you get right now, then you gonna be good. But if you wanna, that's what Jake wanna do. They wanna dilly dally in the world, and then with all that dirt and folly, they wanna come to you when the world is closed down, and then they want you to accept them, right? Come as you are. No. I don't want you as you are. The Most High don't want you as you are. He wants to purify your ass. When you find gold, the kind of gold that customers buy is not the gold that is just right out the dirt. It's the gold that's been purified. It's been cleaned. So even though gold is precious, you don't want gold as it is. You want gold after it's been purified, right? So what the hell's up with Jake?
Well, even with women, when you come up to them, they don't want you how you are. You gotta be a certain way.
Right.
6 feet, 6-pack making 6 figures. You gotta have all these credentials.
Hey, sometimes it don't even matter how you look, because once they see that Lambo you got, y'all saw the videos how the gold diggers treat
Yeah.
until they see what kind of car they got, then they want junk all on them.
Yeah.
It's too late.
Yeah.
And then the dude that was trying so hard to get her, he dubbing her like, nah, you a gold digger. You know, your whole style just changed up because you see what kind of car I got.
You have to step it. But see, that's a low level example of Isaiah 4:1. Showing you that if in a matter of seconds, a shorty could swallow up her pride and come to you, even after she knows she's gonna be embarrassed, cause she like, damn, I just talked shit to this guy, but now I've seen his car, and in a matter of seconds, she swallows up that pride, and now she changes her whole energy, and that's over vanity. How much more for when her life is in danger? You think bitch gonna come to you all proud? No, she ain't. You know, she gonna come as though, you know, she ain't know what was going on. You know, she's the most humble person in the world. You're gonna be looking at her like, oh, is this the same person? You know, because of the hell that they're gonna be going through. Hey, things are gonna get real.
It's coming.
It's coming.
And this is Isaiah 33:6. And it reads, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time.
So what's wisdom? All right, what's wisdom? A lot of people, they hear wisdom and, you know, they kind of know what it means in their head, but then they can't really explain what it is, you know, and then they hear knowledge and they kind of just use them interchangeably, but there's a difference between knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge, as you can see, the word know is in knowledge, meaning something you know, information, data. That's what knowledge is, all right? You store knowledge in like a database. Wisdom is pretty much how you access and use that knowledge, okay? And as we said before, what bridges wisdom and knowledge is understanding. If you don't understand the data, you cannot apply it. Wisdom is the proper application of knowledge and understanding. So wisdom and knowledge will be the stability of your times. You need to know how to move, but you need to know how to move with what you know. So what you need to know is these scriptures, and what you need to know is how to move, knowing these scriptures, what to do in these times, how to make certain decisions, what to make your decisions based on. All right, these are all things that are going to keep you stable in your minds. You know, okay, if I do this, knowing what I know about Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, if I make this decision, you know, I know that we should be good. So that you know you're not going to panic in a certain situation. Knowing how the Lord works, you know, yeah, you know what? Look, the way I've been moving, I didn't betray the Lord. I've been doing everything the Lord said He's gonna keep us. So then you calm down, and that stability is gonna be more precious than gold, man. To be stable in these times, you know what people will give to be stable, because they can't control that fear. They can't control, you know, that panic mode, because then they can't think rationally anymore. So they can't make rational decisions. You ever wonder why people make stupid decisions when they're scared? Because they're not thinking straight. You know, you may see a car coming, and then the bitch may just stand there and look at the car, and you like, wait, hold on, you got enough space to just walk out the way, but she's stuck because her brain just shut down. She doesn't know what to do, so she just stands there and she gets hit.
Right, because you know, people in today's society, with the vibration, you know, the food that we eat, the water you drink, the clothing you wear, you know, the kind of lifestyle, you're stuck in a cycle of dread every single day. You got people that just break down when ain't shit happening. People catching anxiety attacks, panic attacks. You know what I'm saying? My ego was breaking it down to me yesterday. I said, damn, like I never really ever experienced no panic attack or anxiety. I'm like, what? How does it feel? Explain it to me. And she did, and I said, damn, people actually go through this? You just randomly just there, and then you just catch a panic attack like, oh, you bugging out. I said, damn, that's demons. Yeah. You know? But we don't go through shit like that because our minds are stable. All right, going back to Isaiah 33:6. We understand the will of the Heavenly Father. So bad things come our way and we understand why.
I don't understand.
You know, you understand why those things are happening because you understand the balance. Okay, a lot of people don't live with balance. They don't understand what balance is all about. Okay, they don't know what's written in the scriptures, man. I seen a video yesterday a brother posted, and it was like a little skit of people, like a guy who goes into the streets. And he said, hey, there's a book that's being taught that there was two daughters that got their father drunk and had sex with him.
Oh, shit.
Should that book be banned? And they were like, oh my God, yes, that book, you gotta get rid of that. There's no way, they're teaching this. Mm-hmm. And then he said, oh, that book is the Bible. She said, oh my God, no way, is that in the Bible? Oh, wow. Mm. And then I was like, yeah, because you don't understand what the scriptures actually is talking about. And it's funny because I was actually telling one of my friends about that story, all right, like a couple of days before I actually saw that video. You see? So even that alone, so imagine that's trivial, right? That's something that happened in the ancient times. But a lot of things that used to happen in the ancient times, people wouldn't even be able to understand today.
But you know what's a good thing? What's a good idea is if you meet a Christian, a very devout,
right,
good Christian, you say you a good man.
Right.
Oh, I'm not good. I'm great. Oh, you great? Yeah. You believe in God? I believe in God. You believe in the Bible? I love the Bible. I read it every day. So you ask him why. So there was a story that came out, right, in Arabia somewhere. There was this man who, ended up, he got caught, right? He was about to kill his 11-year-old son. You know, he had him laid out and everything. He was literally about to slit his neck open, and then he got caught. You know, and then he ended up not doing it. What you think should happen to that man? What? A man like, oh, somebody did like that. Go find me that man. Yo, that dude gotta be under the jail. They gotta literally pick the jail up and just slam it on him. You know, and then they gotta cut his neck.
Right.
And then you ask him a couple more questions. You use what's in the scriptures, but you just say it as if it was regularly. You're gonna hear the answers he's gonna give you. And then you say, oh, well, you know, pretty much that man was Abraham. I'm talking about the Bible. Oh, you should have said that from the beginning. Nah, see, that's a different story.
Right.
You know, because Abraham, no, what happened with Abraham was, it was spiritual. He wasn't really going to do it. It was just a dream that he had. So Abraham is really innocent. You're going to see how quick they switch up. Because they don't actually believe the words of the Bible. You know? They're emotional about it. Their fear toward me is taught by the precept of men.
Right.
So they, you know what they believe? What their pastor says.
Right.
What their pastor says is not what the Bible says. So you hear Christianity, you think of the Bible, but when you read the Bible, you don't think of Christianity. You see? So it's like Christians saying, I'm with the Bible saying, get the fuck off me because I ain't with you.
Right.
You know?
Or the story of Samuel when he hacked
Agag,
into pieces.
That's right. What you think should happen to a man who took a machete, right, for a lack of a better example, and just chopped another man who was pleading for his life?
Got hewn into pieces.
He said, please don't do, I'll do whatever. And he didn't even care. He just chopped his ass and killed him right there. What you think should happen to a man like that? And here the response they're gonna give you. See, they don't go into these things.
Well, the other story with what king was it that was kicking Edomites off a high cliff or something?
I think was it no, not Asa. It was one of the kings. I know the story though. They did.
You tell him that's what it's like. Yeah, they did that. And the Lord was fine. He didn't have no problem. He didn't come down and say just chill out. No, he was keep kicking him off.
Oh well, what does it say in Psalms 18? I think it's Psalms 18.
Yeah, I know.
Where David,
Yeah,
he said, I pursued. Matter of fact, see if we can get that real quick. It's in whoever can get it. Psalms 18.
I get it.
And let's read this and let's see. Wait, hold on 1 second. Now David is speaking. Now David is a man after the Most High's heart, right? Meaning the Most High loved David. Meaning that what David did pleased the Lord, right? So what was David's attitude and his energy? And you may say, well, wait, wouldn't God scold David? Don't do that. You know? What do you mean you want to beat them to the dust? They're other people. They have wives and kids.
There's a book of Psalm, chapter 18. You want the point, or you want me to read a little bit more about that?
Give me a little bit about that.
There's a book of Psalm, chapter 18, start off at 31. It says, for who is the Most High? It says, for who is the power, save the Lord Yahweh.
Right. So who is the ultimate power? Save the Most High. Save Yahweh himself. Ain't nobody.
Except the Most High
Except
himself.
the Most High himself. Right. He is the Most High.
That's it.
Right.
It says, or who is a rock, save our power.
Mm-hmm. And the
Right.
rock is solid.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Go ahead.
It says, it is the Most High that girdeth me with strength,
Mm-hmm.
and maketh my way perfect.
So King David knew that everything he did was from the Most High. And he gave credit always to the Most High. And that's why the Lord loved him. Because he wasn't proud, all right, after his own mind.
Right. It says, verse 33, he maketh my feet like hinds' feet.
Meaning he was fast. And not just Usain Bolt's fast, he was quick.
Right.
He had, his reflexes were top like that. Because for a man to go to war and slay, thousands, over 10,000, and not get touched, you know, you gotta remember, think about what a war looks like. You know, if you're in the midst of a war, you know, like even if I was Mike Tyson, I couldn't take on all you brothers at the same time. Yeah, all coming in, you know, boom, that. Yeah, Mike Tyson's gonna be down. So imagine all these men coming with you with swords, you know. Now somebody might be in the back aiming at you while you're in the middle of a fight with an arrow. And he just shoots that, somebody's throwing a spear at you, you know. So to be able to be fighting somebody and then behind you just turn that arrow, hit somebody, and the Lord had to heighten his senses on a very high level.
Even from his youth, because he was giving examples of how he used to he killed a lion with his bare hands.
Right.
And bears whenever they came and took one of the sheep, the lambs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you gotta
Got
be quick.
out of the mouth.
Right, out of the mouth of the lion. So you gotta be quick to be able to do that. look at when Saul was persecuting David. He threw a javelin and he ducked.
Right.
Right? You got to be quick. And when you look at a hind, or in other words, a deer, a female deer, when you watch animals, right, you see how they run when a cheetah is following them. And cheetah's real fast. I think they top off, what, 60, 65, almost 70 miles an hour? All right? So imagine driving your car 60 miles, 70 miles an hour,
Right.
and a cheetah is literally right next to you. That's fast, right? And they like, you know,
Yeah,
and you see them, like, they cut corners, then they'll stop, it's like a motorcycle, just go back and forth. That's how King David was moving.
Yeah.
You know, he attributed his abilities onto that of a hind,
Right.
meaning he was not only quick, but he was agile.
Right.
You know, he could jump over shit and then jump, boom.
Oh, he's
you
gonna
know?
say that.
Yeah, exactly. He was doing all these things in his youth all the way throughout.
Yep.
You know, to be able to slay 10,000 men at war,
He's a valiant man.
that's tough, man.
Yeah.
You know, regular people can't even do that today with a gun. Hey, peace out, man. You know, regular people can't do that with a gun, man. You know, how many men you know in the military today who have badges of honor like, yo, this man right here, yo, one of the greatest war men, bro. He took out 10,000 of our enemies.
Right.
You never gonna hear that in Esau's army, man.
Yep.
And that's with all these high-tech weapons. You know, oh, he a sniper. Yo, he killed 5 people at war, but he killed them at 30 yards out, though.
Right.
Nah, back then, we was doing all kinds of crazy stuff, man, with our hands. Bare hands, man. You know?
Powers.
Spiritual powers.
Yeah,
Right?
because we were bigger, stronger, faster, you know, and the Lord had that heavy spirit on King David. So he was the king, but he was in the midst of the war.
Right.
And it wasn't until his old age that they told him, look, you can't be, because there was an instance where he almost died, and I believe it was Abishai who actually helped him. You know, he saw him and he came there and he helped him, and he was like, look, you can't be coming to war with with us like that anymore.
Who was it? Was it Joshua and Caleb that said they had their strength until it was 80?
Yeah, I believe so. I
It was
believe so.
It was either Joshua
Yeah,
or Caleb
most-
that said
yeah.
they had their strength until it was 80.
Yeah, I think Caleb. Yeah, I remember that. Yep. And like you said, Moses too. So the Lord can do that. He kept Moses in his strength until pretty much he died. So Moses wasn't looking like a shriveled up old man, you know, with the cane and shit. No, he looked like a youthful young man, but he's like over 100 years old.
You like, when I think of that kind of strength, I'll give an example in Israel today. Think of Apostle Gabar, right? A man like that, he got his gray hairs, but he looks young and fit. Like, if you was to get into a fight with a man like that, you know you might get rocked. Because he's real, like, you know, that's the spirit, you know, like Gabar. Like, you know, that's just me personally, you know what I'm saying? But that's just somebody that you think of like, damn, like, at his old age, but yet he's still youthful. You know,
And
that
it
kind of
shows you
thing.
what? The spirit.
The spirit,
You
right?
know, that lively stone.
Constant
Like
to
you
hard
said,
too,
constant
though,
to hard,
because
yeah.
he's a boxer.
Yeah.
You can tell he got some hands.
Right,
like,
right.
You fuck
know,
around and
yeah,
see some
yeah.
snow on the furnace. You know what I mean? You get knocked out. You
Yeah.
saw that video where the dude, the coach was in the ring with the dude, older dude looking like old coach, and yo, he literally knocked this young dude
I think
out.
I might have seen what you're talking
They
about.
was in the boxing ring and the dude was all little, like, but the dude he was sparring with was a young Jake, not even Jake, he was probably Esau, but the way he floored him was ridiculous.
Like Mike Tyson was doing that when he was like training. I'm like, yo, he got gray hairs, but he's going in like,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
choo, choo, choo. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
shit, like, damn, this man, like, you know. So that's the same thing, man. Jake, we just got that spirit.
Yeah, because
But-
you underestimate people.
Right.
But look, man, the Lord is the one who orchestrates who gets all of that.
Yep.
So you may come like David and Goliath.
Mhm.
You may come thinking, well, who's this old man? You
Right.
know what I'm saying? I'm gonna
Right.
just come and do. And all of a sudden, he's moving faster than you can. You're like, what? Since when? You know, he's moving. You don't even see where he's going. You turn around, and then your fat ass is on the
Yeah,
floor.
you get fought.
You know?
You get fought.
Hey, so that's why it's all the spirit of the Lord. You know? But yeah, let's keep going.
So continue Psalm chapter 18, verse 33. It said, He maketh my feet like hinds' feet,
Mhm.
and setteth me upon my high places.
So the Lord raised up King David. Go ahead.
Right? It says, He teacheth my hands to war.
He teacheth my hands to war. All right. So now you can have instances where you may not go to a martial arts school, but instinctively you just know how to fight. You know, and that's a spirit like in Matrix. You know how they program, and all of a sudden, you know how to fight and shit.
Right.
The Lord can do that to you. You know, where you go in and an altercation happens, and you like, you know, I'm not a brother that really like to fight or whatnot. But a punch comes in, your body just moves instinctively. You know, you might, oh shit, oh wait, I didn't mean to do.
Right.
You know, you knocking,
Kung Fu Panda.
Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, like you like this
Oh,
guy just
yeah,
sitting there.
yeah, yeah.
When he get up and he dancing doing his dumb shit, and next thing you know, he kicking your ass.
That's it.
He like, I just got fucked up by a panda.
Got your face
A
in
lazy
some noodles
ass.
and shit.
Yeah, like the fuck.
Yeah, fat ass panda shit, sitting on your face and all that, you know, breaking your bones. Hey, that's reminds me of I was watching this Spider-Man movie. I think it's the Amazing Spider-Man, the first one. When he first got his powers, he didn't even know. So he woke up in the subway, and you know, his hand got all sticky and shit.
Right,
So you know, I guess a woman approached him. He was trying to like, oh, I'm sorry. He grabbed her shirt. He pulled the shit off by accident.
Yeah.
And then they was like, yo, what's up?
Yeah.
And so he actually whooped all their ass unintentionally, you know, because he didn't know how strong he was.
Right.
So he was like, yo, I'm sorry. And the dude, oh,
Right.
threw him somewhere.
Right.
So the Lord can do that.
Right.
You know, so it ain't like we got to go and spend 30 years becoming a sensei,
Right.
learning how to, you know, do the martial arts stuff. No, the Lord can, you know,
Spiritual power.
spiritual power.
And you Jakes, man, you gonna be slayed, man. A lot of you Jakes gonna be slayed. You got the New York niggas that do their hands like this, like that's a fight. Like you gonna get rocked. You know, they be like, they be doing all this dumb shit, like, you know, like they try to fight you, and they just be standing. You be like pull their pants up, like, yo, what's up? Like you gonna get so rocked, man. But because you know, but that's to show you, all right? Yeah, you know,
They just like they dancing and shit.
yeah, you know, that goes to show you that it's all spiritual. You know, that the Lord really could put you in a situation, like I said, you know, King David, imagine just being there. Like, how many Jakes do you know, all right, that they're going to see a lion pull up and they instinctively going to stand there and fight?
They out.
Nah, they're
out.
going to be out. They're going to leave the sheep to die.
They see a dog, they out. You know,
Yeah.
how much more? Because as a shepherd, you had a script,
Yeah,
which is like a
yeah.
little pouch,
Purse, yeah.
like a purse. And you got your food, but you could also have like stones and a sling, which is one form of the weapon. And they also had like a bat. So they could use to ward off like wolves or whatnot, you know. So you know, King David, you know, when obviously when he was youth, David, you know, he was good. He was good with that sling
To
kill birds and all of that, you know, to drive off enemies. But to have the courage to say, no, I'm gonna go get that bear and get the sheep out of his mouth. What? You know how big a bear is, man? And back then in the ancient world, they weren't small like now.
Yeah.
Back then, those animals were big. You know, and in that area, there was like a valley where it was known for like those kinds of lions and bears to come. You know, so you see a big ass, and the nigga stand up, and you gotta look up at him.
Yeah.
What Jake you know is gonna stand there trying to box a bear?
Right.
You do that.
Right,
You know, trying to.
Nah.
That shit will, man. That shit will maul you. That's what they call it. It will maul you. You know.
You know, but so continue Psalm 18, all right, verse 34. It says, "He teacheth my hands to war,
Right.
so that a bow of steel is broken by mine arms."
A bow of steel is broken by mine arm. So David was fast. He was agile, right? The Lord raised him up, and he has strength. You know, above just regular normal strength. Because I'll tell you this: the shields that they had when they went to war was not light. Today, if you want to pick it up, you're gonna need two hands,
Right.
and you can't move fast with that. You got to get used to that. So for somebody to be able to use one hand to be able to block at will, to be able to bring it down, to be able to move it, to be able to run with it, you got to be strong. Because those shields were not made of freaking plastic. If they were made of plastic, you do realize that those arrows, the arrowheads, were made of a very strong material that could pierce through, you know, even some metals.
Yep.
So if your shield wasn't strong enough, that arrow could pierce through. And in order for your shield to be strong enough, the material had to be heavy. You know?
They showed that in, what was that, 300?
300, yeah.
They would lift it up with one hand.
You know? Yep.
Verse 35, it says, "Thou hast also given me the shield of thy salvation, and thy right hand hath holden me up, and thy gentleness hath made me great."
So see, King David isn't saying, I did this, I did that. Now, on the battlefield, you may say, yo, David is nice with it. But he himself is like, nah, you have made me do this. You put me here. You took these devils down for me. You know, you did this, right?
Because he understands that. Because when you read the book of Psalms, right, a lot of it was really King David's songs during the time when he was at battle, when he was at war, right? There's a couple of instances when you read in the book of 1st and 2nd Samuel where you can actually go back in the book of Psalm and read about that account of what was actually happening. What was David, what was his mindset during those times? You know, The time when it will say Absalom, you know, what was he thinking about? What was he saying to the Lord?
He might bread with tears.
Tears, right? You know, he has had his drink mingled with his tears, you know. All these different things, man. It showed you that the mindset that he was in, right? Even though the world was looking at him as, oh, king, he's more like Lord.
That's right.
You know?
Yep.
So it says here, verse 35, it says, verse 36, thou hast enlarged my steps under me, that my feet did not slip. I have pursued mine enemies and overtaken them.
There you go. I have pursued mine enemies and overtaken them. But wait, God is love. You're supposed to love everybody. Where the enemies coming from?
It says, neither did I turn again till they were consumed.
So he didn't stop until he got all of them. Right? Okay.
And that's because the Lord gave him permission to do so.
That's it.
There's many instances where King David, before he went up to war, he asked, Lord, should I go up or would you bring them to me? And the Lord would be like, now you stay right here, I'll bring them to you. And guess what? They're going to be consumed. So he was rejoicing in that Lord, it's through you that I was able to do these things, man. And that's the same spirit that we're coming in. Okay? That through the Most High Yahweh, on his right hand, which is Yahushai, we're given that spirit to be able to stand. All right? Set up the standard every single day, every single week, do what we're doing. That's a form of war, but it's spiritual. Okay? Soon, all right? Soon it's going to get physical, man. All right? It's going to get physical. And then once it does, it's not going to be what people really think, man. Everyone is going to be on our side. All right? Because they're going to see the power. All right? Yes, there you go. Psalms 110 and 3. Okay? Everyone is going to be with us, man. They're going to want to be with us. All right? So it says here,
But it's going to be too late for some people.
we're going to be too late. All right? Verse 38, it says, I have wounded them that they were not able to rise.
Oh, whoa. King David is getting a little violent.
Right.
You know?
It says, I have wounded them that they were not able to rise.
See, now when people think of King David, they just think of the story of David and Goliath.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
That's it. He was just a boy. He did a sling and killed Goliath. That's it. They don't go into the part where he cut off his head. They don't go into the part where he grew and the Lord. They don't know any of that. See, but he had a whole life. You know what I'm saying? They make it like he appeared in one scene.
Right.
He just kills Goliath, and that's the end of David. You don't hear from him ever again. That's how a Christian will tell you.
It says, they are fallen under my feet. For thou hast girded me with strength unto the battle. Thou hast subdued under me those that rose up against me.
Thou hast you, Lord. You subdued them. You brought them down under me. You know, those that came against me. So guess what? King David was a man of the Lord, and the Lord did this for him. So if we are men of the Lord, what's the Lord going to do for us?
Isaiah 59:19.
There you go.
Right? So it says, verse 39, for thou hast girded me with strength unto the battle. Thou hast subdued under me those that rose up against me. Thou hast also given me the necks of mine enemies, that I might destroy them that hate me.
The Lord said, here's your enemies. You can go ahead and destroy them. Whoa, the Lord is endorsing violence? Where is that in the Bible?
Now,
Okay.
violence is necessary when you're at war.
That's it.
Why do you think people go to war? Is war a time where you go and sit at a table and eat and exchange kind words?
And
No.
compliment one another.
No, that's not what happens when you go to war. All right, when you go to war, it's an escalated tension that boils over, and it requires violence to settle the case.
That's it.
Okay, so war is part of life.
Yeah.
It's part of humanity, and the ultimate war is coming. Here it is. The U.S. is pushing and egging on. Nothing about that. You know, all this casualty that they cause whenever they go into these different countries, ain't nobody talking about that. Just because they do a good job hiding it with the media, it don't mean shit. All right, ultimately, the ultimate war is coming, and when your house shot comes down, then you're gonna really see what war is all about.
That's right.
All right,
True warrior.
yeah.
True.
It says, verse 41, they cried, but there was none to save them.
There was none to save them. What you mean? So they were crying for help, and nobody came to save them. But what did they do then?
It says, even unto the Lord Yahweh, but he answered them not.
Oh, so they cried to their gods. They cried to everybody else who wasn't working. And so they got so desperate, they even cried unto the power of us.
All right.
And what?
He said what? But he answered them not.
He answered them not. So can you pray to the Most High and he answer you not? Yes, that can definitely happen. People think just because I pray to the Lord, automatically I'm forgiven. It doesn't work that way. You ask and then there's an answer, and sometimes there is no answer, right?
Isn't that like with your phone? If somebody calling you, like, I don't want to answer.
There
I don't
you
want to
go.
pick that person up. You just leave it there.
That's
I
it.
ain't answering.
That's it.
Oh, precept. There's a book of Jeremiah, chapter 7, verse 16. It says, therefore pray not thou for this people, neither lift up cry nor prayer for them, neither make intercession to me.
And who are those people? These wicked Israelites.
Right.
Go ahead.
It says, for I will not hear thee.
The Lord is already telling you. So these wicked individuals over here, we gotta love everybody, come together. The Lord said, I'm not dealing with them. Right. Don't even come talk to me about them, because I'm not gonna hear you.
So the prayers, they could pray all you want, but what? But he answered them not.
He answered them not. So the Most High said, no, get your ass kicked. Right. You know, you're gonna be up here with me in this world anyway. So get your ass kicked and then that's it.
It's free range, because ultimately it's the Most High who could stop violence.
Right.
You know, if something bad is coming down your way, it's the Lord who could stop it.
He give his angels charge over you.
That's it. Now, what if he says, nah, they have free range to do whatever they want to you? Let's read what happens after that.
That's it.
Verse 42, it says, then did I beat them small as the dust before the wind.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
It says, I did cast them out as the dirt in the streets.
That's the dirt in the streets. So he beat their ass, he stomped them out, he put their lights out, you know, had left the bodies on the battlefield, okay? And the Lord was with it. He endorsed it. Go read about the book of Joshua and go see what the Lord was endorsing. He said, kill them all. He said, by the edge of the sword. Where is the edge of the sword? The edge of the sword is the sharp part, right? So when you take them out with the edge of the sword, what does that mean? You putting them to death. So you got women. Now, do you mean to tell me? What? I got to All right. Let me finish the point, right? So do you mean to tell me that you got warriors, right? They going up in there, kicking on the walls, kick the shit down, and they got a sword in their hand, and you think a woman is in there and she's not pleading for help? Of course. I'm sorry, please, I have a baby. I got a baby. You know what I'm saying? And they take the baby, kill that, bring the woman, kill that, you know what I'm saying? Then the dude is hiding in the closet trying to climb up, pull his leg down, kill that dude. So that's what the Lord was saying. If they didn't do that, they would be disobeying the Most High. Wait, what kind of God is this? You got it, brother.
I think it's Joshua chapter 10, where it goes into the 5 sins that came against Israelites.
Yeah.
And it said how the Lord killed more than the children of Israel with
Yeah,
hailstones and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's
Good
like,
point. Yep.
Hey,
Most High got that.
Exodus 15:3.
so no, I'm gonna show you how to kill.
That's
I'ma
it.
do
Let me show you how it's done.
Exactly.
He's a man of war. Yeah. You know, the man is the Most High is a man of war. Yahweh is his name.
Yeah.
All right. What's his name? What's another title? Yahweh Sabaoth.
Yep.
All right. The Lord of hosts.
Yep.
You know.
Not the Lord of the Sabbath, the Lord of hosts.
This is a book of Micah, chapter 7, verse 10. So you mentioned, we talked about how King David said he beat them and made them the dirt in the streets.
Right.
All right. And then that goes for women too. All right. You women, all right, you men, women, and children, if you're not part of the elect, you're going to get beaten into the streets, man.
Yeah.
You're going to get fucked up. Cold fucked up, man.
Hair
All right.
pulled,
All
kicked in
kind-
the face, man, stomped out.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
man,
kicked
that-
in the
yeah.
stomach.
Yeah.
You know, you think you. Oh
Yeah.
Lord.
You're going to lose teeth. All right, because you're gonna be getting punched in the face, kicked in the head, you know, because Esau is really gonna show you his hatred for you Jakes, man.
Yep.
All right, you Israelites, Esau is really gonna show his hatred towards you because the Lord is gonna turn it up.
Yep.
You know, this race war that's coming, there's not gonna be no mercy. You're gonna be Jake fighting against Jake, all right, because there's gonna be a division there, and then you got Jake against other nations.
Yep.
Okay, it's gonna be brutal, man. You're gonna see it. You're gonna be like, damn, bro, they just fucked the girl up, OD, like stomp somebody out to death.
There was a video of a dude who tried to holler at a chick, and then she dubbed him, and then he got mad, and I think he either hit her with a skateboard or he threw her in the freezer or some shit. But he basically whooped her ass.
Wow.
And they were like, "Yo, I don't want to talk to you. You gotta stop trying to talk to me." So he got mad, and he disliked her. So now it's all on social media and the cops and all that. But in Jacob's trouble, when he said, "All right, cool," and then he comes back with a whole bat.
Right.
Tell me that shit you was saying again.
Right.
Then we see what happens. Her friends ain't gonna jump in there. The only reason her friends jump in there is because they're in a restaurant and they know other people are gonna say, hey, bro, chill out.
Right.
But when you do that and everybody gets up and they get out of there, because my man's pulled up with a whole freaking AK,
then what?
Right.
And you know, the Lord gonna put spirits on people. It's not gonna be, oh, we here to negotiate. Hey, chill out. He's here, bop, and he out of there.
That's it.
Death angel, come do the job and be out.
Yep.
I've seen it before. Remember that video of that chick that was cheating, and she was cheating with some man in the bar or some shit. Husband found out about it. He came in there, locked and loaded. Came in there, shot the girl up, pop, pop, pop. Shot the nigga too, pop, 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 and then walked out like nobody's business. And everybody's like, yo, what the fuck just happened? Within seconds, 2 lives gone.
Done.
And he just out of there, man.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Shit like that, what you gonna do then? You know? So you people gotta be humble, man. You gotta really pay attention to your surroundings, all right? And be really in tune in the spirit. Because we're in a time of prophecy, and when the judgments start falling out and coming out, there'll be no mercy, man. All right?
You got anything on that?
Oh, no. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the book of Micah, chapter 7, verse 10.
Yeah.
All right, it says, then she that is mine enemy shall see it. All right, and who are the enemies of the prophets? The women who don't believe this thing, man. Those who have a problem with righteousness.
Yeah. Anybody that comes against and really anybody that comes against the Lord is an enemy to us. Because what did King David say? Do not I hate them, all them that hate thee,
Even with a perfect hatred.
with a perfect hatred.
Right?
So wait, you can't hate people, but King David said he hates all those that hate the Lord.
Right.
Do you not have Israelites that hate the Lord?
Right. Right. You people can hate, but the Most High can't hate.
Right.
So are you above the Most High? Is that what you're trying to say?
Right. Y'all got more emotions than the Lord.
Right. But meanwhile, he said, let us create man in our own image and likeness.
Right.
But yet, man is above the Most High now?
Yeah, I forgot that part.
Man, these people, man.
You know, niggas.
Lord have mercy.
Lord.
Right? It says, continue, verse 10. It says, enemy shall see it.
What she
Micah
gonna
7,
see?
verse 10.
What she gonna see? She gonna see all the things going on, and then she's gonna, because it says what? Shame shall cover her, right?
It says, and shame shall cover her.
No, not that the shame is gonna touch her. The shame is gonna cover her.
Right. Right. It says, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy God?
And a lot of these women say that in many ways.
Yes.
You know, they don't gotta literally say, where is the Lord thy God? But the way they move, the way they act, how they dismiss you, you know, how they behave towards you when they find out that this is what you're involved in, you know, that's an example of them saying, where is the Lord thy God?
Like in Ezekiel, where it talks about the Lord is going to cause the proverb to cease in Israel.
Yeah.
All right, a lot of
Ezekiel
women,
12.
right? A lot of women are of the mindset that they can't be touched. All right, that's them not fearing the Lord and saying, where was it saying?
Where is
It
the
says,
Lord? Yep.
where is the Lord thy God? Because we're saying that the Most High is about to bring judgment, and women are not excluded from the judgment, and they have in their warped mindset of how America is and how the West really treats them. They think that the Lord is going to treat them the same way. How men are bred, or how men are brought up to treat women, they think that's how the Lord thinks. They think how
he's a simp.
yeah, exactly. Like, just because you're a woman, you're untouchable? Nah, man. You are the problem. Doesn't the scripture say, of the woman came sin, and through her we all die?
Yeah.
So you are really the beginning of sin. So the Lord got a major beef with you women, man. All right? Not to mention the men that you done led astray. Okay? Your lies, your deceptive behavior. Okay? Your cunning devices that you do. Scripture says that what? She's snares, bands, and nets.
Yeah, whose heart is,
Whose
yep.
hearts is like snares and nets. All right? They ensnare you, man. That's all they do. Okay? The women today, all they do is ensnare you. It's either they're going to waste your time. All right? They're going to get you all entangled. All right? That's what entanglement. You know?
That's it.
They entangle you and then they break your heart. They seek to destroy you. You know? Like you know, like you much rather get bitten by a scorpion compared to a woman.
Because guess what? You could get healed, and then that's it.
Right.
But a woman leaves that scar within.
Right.
That
Right.
emotional trauma.
That's it. You know, a scorpion, you know, if you get stung by a scorpion, what is it? You either in his way or you stepped on him. You know, you offended him, so he's getting you out the way. Like, yo, get off me. But a woman, she's not looking to just sting you and die. You know, she's looking to torment you, trap you, break you. You know, make you lose the will to survive, to live, man. And that's a tendency of Esau. Okay, Esau's whole mindset. Look at all the civilizations this motherfucker ever encountered, man. What he did was, over time, he breaks your will to live. Okay, and then ultimately you give in, and the next thing you know, you worse than him.
Right.
All right. Look what he did to the so-called Indians when he came over here, man. You see, the Lord is revealing all this history, man. You know, and it's all what the judgments, the verdict is set, and Esau is going to pay for the things that he's done.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
So it says, continuing, it says, where Micah chapter 7 verse 10 continuing, Where is the Lord Yahweh thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. Okay? So these women now, you're about to be at the bottom. All right? You're literally about to be at the bottom. Quite literally, you're going to be seeing women in the streets. And I'm talking like so-called bad bitches. You know? You see them like, damn, like she got a, damn, how is she not, you know? You might see a chick, so-called Instagram model, all of a sudden, like, you know, because their life is, it goes based on the internet. Now, without the internet, you know, we're going into times where it's going to be darkness, all right? The Lord is going to take out the mirth out of the streets, okay? So there's going to be sadness, man. A lot of people are not going to know what to do. Now, if you're not making no money off of your stupid ass videos, or you be posting your stupid ass TikTok videos, all right? You're worthless, man. A lot of these people, they got nothing going on for themselves.
Good.
Now, if you take that life that they got, you take it away from them, what do they have? Nothing. So they're gonna be like the mire of the streets, man.
Low.
These low. All right? These men not gonna be caring about you like that. Because it's society that makes people think, damn, that's, you know, women, yo, this and that. But when all those societal norms are done away with and reality sets in, the men automatically, you know, get favored. Okay? And women are not favored in that stance.
Because they're the predators.
They're the predators.
Because what makes a man, an average man in this society, do the things he does for a woman? You know, he sees it, he likes it, so he goes and does what he got to do to get it.
Right.
And then what happens after that? He moves on to the next, right? So that family mindset, a lot of people don't have that today. So the only reason they may act as though they have that, they may talk to you on the first day to make you feel as though, damn, this guy, he's a man straight from the kingdom. You know, like this man is, he's all about me, and he wants a good family, and he. What did this guy say? T Grizzly. He said, I had to, right? He said she was so cold that he had to pretty much, in so many words, he had to deceive her so he could hit it because she was so cold.
Right.
So he had to give her the roundabout, the lies, so that she could, you know, pretty much allow him to get his piece. And now he got it. He was good. You know, he lied to her, acted like he was going to take care of her kids and all that. He didn't really care about any of that, right? So in the time of Jacob's trouble, why would a man see a woman? He sees something he likes, right? See her walking around, it's moving. He's like, oh shit, what's that? Why in his mind would he say, well, all hell's breaking loose. Ain't nobody gonna come do nothing to me. Everybody running for their lives. Am I gonna go pick up and tell her, let's go to the movies, try to spit some game to her? Let me get your number? No. Because what? Huh?
Just grab you, throw in his car, and you out.
That's it. Oh, damn, what is that? The TV show, Black Summer. See, the TV show Black Summer, in the first season, there was an episode where the main characters were going, and I think there was a scene where they came across a mother and her daughter in a car. And they were sitting there, and the door was locked, and as they tried to approach, the mother just pulled out a gun, like this. And she shook her head, she said, no. So the dude said, you got it. He backed up nice and slowly. Now, can you believe that those people, after they left, later on they going, and then they driving, and they come across the same car that the mother and the daughter were in. But they noticed something. The car was driving, and there was 3 dudes in the car. The mother wasn't there, but the daughter was in there. So you got dude in the driver's seat, dude in the passenger seat, dude in the back seat, and then the daughter just looking there and looking out the window and shit. So now they're like, oh, the mother's not there, the daughter is, and then it's the same car. What you think that happened? Right? So in that time, it shows you what people are going to be doing. You got to watch these post-apocalyptic shows and see, pay attention to the behavior of people and how that changes. You know? So now what you think is going to happen to that young girl? You know? Well, they're going to stop and say, no, we shouldn't do this. This ain't right. You know? She's just a little girl. Well, we probably killed her mother or something like that. They ain't going to do that. They took her. Now, the people who were driving, did somebody jump out the car and say, oh, that's not right? Public service, you can't do that. No. They saw the dudes saw them. They said, we ain't got no problem with you. You ain't got no problem with us. You keep it going, we keep it going. That's how a lot of people are going to be moving. A dude might be taking a chick's clothes off and she's screaming for help. And then you pop up on them, and then he looks at you. And then he pulls out a gun. Right. And then now you got to make a decision. Do I jump in there like the Captain Save-A-Hole, if that's the situation, and risk my life or not? And so you may say, all right, and he may say, all right, and then you keep it going, and then he continues what he's doing. Now, what you think is going what you think is going to go on through the mind of the woman? Because when she first sees you, she's happy, right? Yes, please help. He's trying to rape me, but you, all right, that's it. Now, what you think is going to happen to her? All that pride is going to disappear out of nowhere. She's going to start remembering all the shit she done talked. She's going to be looking for any form of help. And you know what's going to happen? She's going to become a believer. All of a sudden, she's calling on God, she's calling on Jesus, she's calling on Allah, she's calling on the Most High, and nothing is happening.
And at that point, I guarantee you, she's not looking for another woman. If she sees another woman around, she's tight.
Yeah.
Like, you know how these females think they all that? You know?
My girlfriend.
Right. A female who's in trouble, I'll give you an example. Let's just say you driving, right? Highway is dark, it's the evening, and there's a snowstorm, and a female gets stuck in the car. You think she's looking for another female to pull over and be like, hey, do you need help? She gonna be like, man, bitch, get your ass out of here, man.
She ain't calling her mom.
No. But if she see a man around, man come in and be like, hey, what's going on? How you doing? Everything all right? Oh, I just got stuck over here. You know how relieved she is that another man just came in there knowing what he doing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can help you out. Hold on a second. Let me see what's going on. Step out real quick. And she gonna do it. She's in the time of distress, women are gonna follow instructions, man.
Oh, hell yeah.
They're not gonna be questioning shit because she knows that, yo, I don't know anything. All right, that's, like I said, the reality, man. When reality strikes, men, it always favors men. All right, because we get into that mode of, all right, this is how we're doing it strategically. Women are emotional. So in the moment, oh shit, you know, oh damn, I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. Oh my goodness, what's gonna happen? And then somebody just pull up, hey, she's gonna jump. You know, a man is gonna be like, yo, my man, what's up with you, bro? Back up, man.
Right.
You know, but a woman, she's gonna fucking lose it. All right, that's what we're saying. A lot of groupies. All right, one man, you just round them all up. You know, he step in a van. You know, run them all up, and all of them are just like, oh my God, what's going on? All about bugging out, freaking out and shit, screaming, hitting the car. Somebody help! You know, and there's nobody to help. You got men passing by, acting like they don't see you. They see a man, they see the man who's driving the car. They're like, yo, this thing got a whole, you know that what's that? Is that Jason? Or there's a
Which one?
Friday the 13th, the guy with the mask, the
Yeah,
white
Jason, man.
Was it Jason?
Hockey
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Imagine you see some nigga driving a truck with some girls in the back, and then he got his face, and then you driving behind him, and then he look in the side mirror, and then you see his face in there, and he just looking at you at a red light. He just looking at you, and you see him looking. You gonna stop
You
looking.
got no expression.
Right.
He's just looking at you.
Right. You just gonna be like, yo, this nigga, and then
You
he
might
probably
just
got
go reverse.
yeah, you know, and ain't no cop gonna stop him because he gonna look at the cop and go like this. Nod right at him.
What cop you think is gonna be patrolling the streets at that time?
Hell no.
You know, he's in the cruising and shit.
Mhm.
All right now.
Hell
You know,
no.
Look, man, at that time, watch movies like The Purge.
Mhm.
You know, watch these shows, man. And just like you were saying, because you were just talking about what were you just talking about before the Michael Myers? You were saying something.
The women, how they groupies and shit.
Yeah, because women don't have the Lord in Job 39 and 17. Let's get that real quick. And when you read Job 39 and 17, you got people that get emotional and they read it and then they take it out of context and then they get all butthurt. You know, but we're gonna read it and get the understanding of that. The reason the Lord put a man and a woman together and he made the man the leader is because of the way the man is designed. Okay, the logical way, the reasoning that the Lord had put into man. Men reason differently than women. Because if a woman is in her emotions, she doesn't want to reason. Because you know what? She knows reasoning is good, but she doesn't want to reason. She wants to go based off her emotions.
It's 90% emotions, 10% logic.
There you go.
Yeah.
Men want to reason. Why? What's going on? Wait, hold on. Explain what happened, right? She and this, and she's all over the place, and this and that. Let's get that. You know? Go ahead.
Job chapter 39, verse 17. Because the Most High hath deprived her of wisdom, neither hath he imparted to her understanding.
There you go. See? So that's why a lot of these women don't understand shit. It doesn't mean that they're stupid or that they're airheads. Okay? It just means that there's certain ways that women move that you may sit there and say, yo, you're just like a kid.
Right.
Because the Lord has deprived them of a certain level of wisdom and understanding that a man has. That's why they need a man to direct them and to lead them. Because if you put a woman in the driver's seat, wisdom, remember, is the proper application of knowledge and understanding. But if the Lord has deprived her of a certain level of that, she can't move the right way. So here it is, she sees what's going on. Some random guy pulls up in the car and says, oh yeah, let me take you, I'll take you to safety. And she'll get in the car. She won't ask questions. And then it won't be until she look around and she see a knife and a gun in the car, then she starts getting a little weary. But she didn't consider that before she got in the car with a stranger.
There was something about Wendy Williams, the story that was on VH1 or whatever. And she said how this is when she was like in her younger years. And she said how some
Wendy Williams?
Yeah. She said how some celebrity invited her to like a VIP party. Before they went there, she said how they went to his hotel or whatever. And just like you said, a woman, it's like, what do you think he's inviting you to the hotel for? So he goes into the back room or whatever. Is out here, just stay out here real quick, I'll be back. She says he comes back out with nothing but boxes or whatever. And she's like, my dumb ass is like, what's going on here? It's like, what do you think he's going on? He's in his boxes naked. He's just standing there like, yo, you already know. It's like, come on, what you think? But she just standing there like, no, I don't want it. And then she said, he's right though.
But it's like, he came to play charades. Really, in her mind, that's what she's thinking, right? The man said, come over to my crib. He said, come around 10:30 p.m., you know, and just come by yourself. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of the rest. Oh, I'm sure he just wants to play Monopoly with me all night. Get food and drinks and just. So when you ask her, so what do you think? What do you think was gonna go down? Oh, I thought we were just gonna hang out. Define hang out. Oh, you know, we just talk and chill. You in my crib at 10:30 p.m. dressed like this, and you came to talk to me? Do you think I want to talk right now? Now, I was speaking differently. But just like the brother was saying, man, a chick may come to you complain, oh, this happened to me and this happened to me, and you know what happens? Some of these cases, man, when women get sexually assaulted or harassed, when you actually analyze, and I said some of these cases, when you analyze what happened, you may say, why the hell were you there? Or why the hell were you doing this? And why the hell didn't you do this? Because if you had done this, you could have avoided that. There was that woman who was running at like 2 a.m. in the morning naked. And she was talking about she got raped. And then the story came out that she actually knew the people.
Right.
Went to meet up with them mad late. I guess there was a disagreement and they laid hold. Now all of a sudden, she said she was going, she sees it's dark, nobody's around, and there's like some group of guys over here, and her dumb ass is gonna walk right there. So now she walks there with clothes on and she leaves without clothes on and she's running. Right? Do the math. There's woods and shit around. What are you doing outside at 1 a.m.? Number two, if you see a group of guys over there at 1 a.m. and you dressed like she barely had anything on, that's why they ripped it off so easily.
She said, what would probably happen is that one guy paid, and the next guy walked in, it's like, my turn. She's like, but he ain't paid. And he's like, well, I'm here. And she's like, nah, I'm not doing it no more.
Right.
He said, bitch, you gonna do it.
You gonna do it, bitch. You know?
And then she
Kick
said,
down the
nah,
door
I'm
and
out of
shit.
here.
Yeah, you know? That's it, she running and shit. Now, he's faster than you, he's stronger than you, and there's more than one of him. So you gotta ask yourself, wait, hold on. What were you doing outside at that time? No, that's not the point. I'm sorry. Is that not what got you in this situation in the first place?
Right.
Look at the kind of pictures you're posting up. If you make yourself a target, we always tell people this when it comes to this topic of like how to dress and all of that. He said, look, let me tell you something. They say, no, men gotta just control their urges and their catcalling and stuff. And I said, okay, now what's more realistic? All men universally in the world just gonna stop. They're just gonna stop that feeling, right? Or you just change the way you dress. What can you affect? Can you affect the way all men behave? No. But can you affect the way you dress? Yes. So if you want the same outcome, which is that they're not going to harass you as much, right? You change what you can affect, right? No. I dress the way I want to dress, right? It's for me. Okay. When you're at home by yourself, do you dress like that? You dress all bummy, right? But when you about to step out, you dress a little different. So ask yourself, why is that? You know, why do you dress differently when you about to step out? Because clearly there's some eyes you want to attract. A woman will wear a short ass dress, and then the whole time she's outside, she's pulling it down as she's walking. She's pulling it down.
We've seen that, like, what was that, 2 weeks ago? Like, yeah.
And it was cold.
Hell yeah, she had that shit like right here. She passed by right here. What was it, like them, I call it like them fishnet stockings, whatever it's called. You can see her legs, it's here, and she's walking. I'm like, me and the
young
boss
as hell. Young as hell. Like,
we like, we know you fucking cold, but just to look cute, you don't catch pneumonia just to look fucking cute.
That's it. So now she's walking around.
It's just
And that's all
stupid.
good. It don't make sense, but that's why we read Job 39 and 17, right? You may ask yourself, so when you left your house, did this make sense to you? I'm gonna wear a short dress, and then all day I'm just gonna keep trying to pull it down while I'm walking around in the street, while half my ass cheeks are showing. And then I'm gonna walk past a group of guys that look like they don't care about life, like they're just about done with life, and I'm gonna walk around just like that in the midst of them. What? Now you ask her, what did you think was gonna happen?
And they get mad when they get catcalled.
And you get mad.
Yeah. But then it's funny too, because when they do that and they don't get recognized, they get mad.
Yeah.
They do it for attention. They don't get the attention, they mad. When they get the attention, they mad. It's like you're so unstable, man. You're looking for the wrong attention. If you want a real man will never see a female like that and be like, yo, I want that. A real man sees a woman who's clothes covered up, nice, she looks like she got something going on. Then you be like, damn, like there's something about her. I'm gonna step up to her.
Hey, but I'll say this: you may see it, and you may say, damn, right? But just because but see, here's the thing, right? Like you said, to your point, when a dude sees a girl dressed like that, he's not thinking, damn, I want her to be the mother of my kids.
Right.
He's probably thinking, damn, what's that about?
That's it.
Right? Meaning temporarily, what's that about?
Right.
Damn. You know what? That's the damn, right? That's what he's thinking. Now, like you said, it isn't until maybe she looks nice and whatnot, then you talk to her, you get to know her, you pick up brain a bit, and you're like, yo, you know what? I'm kind of actually feeling this chick and whatnot. Your mindset is different. Now you actually, want to get to know her a bit more. Not just
know her.
Yeah. You don't want to just know her, you want to get to actually know her. Right. But hey, once again, what does this society teach you? It over-sexualizes everything.
Yep.
Okay?
The root of corruption.
The root of corruption. And you know who's at the head of that? This damn devil Esau. And that's why he got to go. Because these Edomites, these elites, their family's not like that. They got their house in order. They promote all this shit, but they got their house in order. Ain't no Rothschild woman or daughter coming around talking shit. Yeah. Mrs. Rothschild twerking and shit. Jacob Rothschild got the hat, the snapback twisted to the side with a blunt in his mouth.
Right.
Can you turn the volume down a bit? That's not what they doing over there, man. You got it, bro. Yeah. Who are you televising for? It's ugly ass. Sprinkles on his freckles, whatever they call it. Freckles on his head and shit.
Starting from 1, Isaiah 13, verse 1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah, the son of Amoz, did see.
Yep. The burden of Babylon. And what's Babylon? Modern day Babylon is America. All right, which is the cancer of the earth. Go ahead.
Verse 2. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain.
That's what we're doing now. What's the banner? The banner is ultimately this truth. All right, this book, the Bible. And we're lifting it up and we're explaining and giving the understanding of it. Okay, go ahead.
Because before the men of the Lord really got on the scene, the Bible was something that was taught in the churches. It wasn't until the true prophets, the men of the Lord, came out and brought importance back to the Bible. Because now people pick up the book and they look at it differently, man. Normally you got people who just say, oh, the Bible, but now it carries so much weight because the prophecies are being highlighted. All right, that's what it means to lift up that standard, lift up that banner. Okay, bringing those prophecies to life. Putting the words of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai on the mainstream, man. Publishing the word of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. And how do we do that? Through the YouTube, man. The internet. Okay? When you do a video, what happens? You publish it. All right? And then it becomes public. Okay? So that what? The Lord's name is glorified and lifted and people see it because you start off with what? Koholo Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All praise to Yahweh himself through his only begotten son Yahushai, through the Holy Spirit of the Kodesh. Right? So you're establishing the name of the Lord and you're setting up that banner, man. All right? But somebody was gonna say something?
Yeah, sure.
You kind of hit the point, but I was going to mention when you go into our word banner, one of the definitions says something lifted up.
Yep.
And what Yahushua said, if I be lifted up, I shall draw all men unto me.
What else did he say? Lo, I come in the volume of what?
The book is written of me.
That's it.
So he's drawing the elect unto him.
There you go. So the beacon, the banner, is going to attract who? The elect. Like moth to a flame.
See, the beacon of light.
The beacon of light. That's right. That's why it says, let your light so shine that men may see your works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. What men are going to do that? The elect. Right? Not every man, the elect. And that's what we're doing now. The scriptures say on our part, he is glorified, but on their part, he is evil spoken of, right? So yes, sir?
Yeah. Quick precept. part of lifting up the Lord's banner, all right, is the book of Philippians chapter 2 and verse 15. It says that ye may be blameless and harmless, the sons of the Most High, without rebuke, in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, among whom ye shine as lights in the world, holding forth the word of life, that I may rejoice in the day of Hamashiach, all right, heralding, all right, the coming of our Lord, right, that I have not run in vain, neither labored in vain. So lifting up this banner is work, okay? And it's not something that we're doing in vain, because everything we say is coming to pass, including the heralding of our Lord Yahushua, man. And he's going to be coming on the scene very soon. And well, guess what's going to happen? Two things: salvation and destruction, man. All right? Salvation and destruction. Okay? You got it.
Lift ye up a banner.
Might hit. Yep.
Oh, something.
Judgment, destruction. There you go.
I'm just talking about
Right?
it.
Just like that, man.
Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain.
I think somebody rear-ended the car.
Yeah, he ran into the shit out of that guy.
Kept it moving.
Nope, they're both gonna pull up over there.
Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. Exalt the voice onto them. Shake the hand. You know, shaking the hand is not like, yo, we shaking hands with these people. We shaking the hand according to, calling them out on the wickedness. You know, it
Yep,
also
go ahead.
reads, shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the noble.
Which we already did. Because who are the nobles? The nobles are Esau's his Congress, his House, his politicians, his senators, all the way up to the top elites. Which they knew about us first. The top elites knew first. And then it started becoming more and more talked about in the common news. But the top elites knew first, because you know what? They had their eyes on everything.
Right.
So the second, because this is what they fear. So they have like a red alert for it. And the second they saw it, that's why they had them reports of Project Megiddo, you know, all years ago, right?
Or even COINTELPRO, which is counterintelligence program that was headed by, I believe, J. Edgar Hoover, you know, because they was keeping watch on everybody who had anything to say to uplift Jake, you know, so everybody else that they was, infiltrating their organizations, us as Israelites, we really didn't surface at that time when they was deeply rooted into the black organizations and all of that. So when we came about, you know, the elites was going to be on it, because they was on everything else. Right. They was letting the other shit go, you know, like putting in leaders in our communities, knowing that they're not going to do the work that the true men of the Lord is going to do, which was what we doing. We bringing that banner out, you know, we shaking their hands and making them go back to their nobles, man. Now they got to sit down and talk about it like, look, we got a problem. You know what I'm saying? They can't just wipe us out, because we got the Lord, the Spirit of the Lord on us, where, you know, it ain't that much. It's agents in these camps, don't get me wrong, but it's like the Spirit of the Lord is more prosperous than the people that's trying to, like, you know, the saying is, you can't do nothing against the Lord, for the truth. So, you know,
That's right.
Agents might become hunters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might come in as an agent.
yeah,
You like, man, shit.
yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Like Saul, when he went out there to seek Samuel, you know, he was like, yo, send. They just sent people. They went over there. They became prophets. They started prophesying. He sent a couple more people. They started prophesying. He said, I'm going to go myself.
Yeah, that's it.
Went in there. He started prophesying. Everybody's like, what the fuck? Saul's kind of one of the prophets?
Yep.
You know? So he might have somebody who was sent by Esau to come in here and spy. And next thing you know, he become a prophet. Esau's like, what the fuck is going on there? What? You know? Yeah, he might come in there, probably listen to the full conversation. Next thing you know, he going back and tell his boss, got his scripture. Yeah, he's like, yo, look what the book, it says this. He's like, yo, bro, What are you doing? What are you saying, bro?
Go the deep investigation.
Right.
You know, I have to make sure the words they're
That's it,
saying.
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Now I gotta call and I gotta pray too, like the way they said it,
Right.
so I know how deep the rabbit hole gets.
Yeah.
Next deal, he teaching out there. No, it's a part of the assignment.
Right. Yeah, because we know the FBI, all them guys. We know you guys watch us. You know, because who doesn't watch us? Scripture says we're gonna be made a spectacle unto the nations.
To all men, yeah.
Or unto all men. So we understand why people come around, you know, back then, you know, the apostles when they used to be out there, you know, 34th and 7th and stuff. You know, even when we used to go to Elizabeth and all that, you have people that come around and stand there and watch.
Yep.
When you watch some of these old videos that the apostles started re-uploading, going back to like the elders of their elders, you know, you got people, Jake just come around and just stand there and they just get blasted. You know, it was like a new thing, like, yo, what's going on? What they say? Like, yo, they talking about Israelites. Yo, that's, so they were just spectating.
12 tribes.
Right, the 12 tribes, they never heard something like that before.
Yep.
That's not what's being taught in the churches.
Yep.
Like, we are the Israelites. You go to the church every single Sunday, but you don't know that you're an Israelite. But the book is talking about the Israelites.
Yep.
You never made that connection?
Amongst them lost.
Right. So when the prophets came on the scene, then they start connecting the dots, and people start waking up. Esau said, hold on, wait a minute, this is something different. You know, how did they get this information? They go into Hebrew, they go into the Greek, they go into the Latin, you know? They go into all kinds of different things, like history, Aramaic, history, prophecy, you know? Geography, archaeology, the secrets of Esau, breaking down the books, mathematics,
Words.
right? All of those stuff, words, yeah. You know, bringing
Herbs.
the truth, the what?
Herbs.
The herbs, all things. You see? So Esau got real uncomfortable with that. He said, nah, there's no way a nigga could have this type of information. This is scary stuff. You know, this is classified, highly classified information.
Sure.
You know, even get your hands on the Apocrypha. They're like, what prompted these men to look into that book? You see? So
Now,
Esau,
that's why it's called hidden away.
hidden away, exactly.
Being brought to the light.
Right. So that was the first indication. The moment the Apocrypha started being brought out, Esau said, nah, this is something different. We got to keep an eye on this, you know, and let's see how far it can go. And he sees the thing going far. He said, nah, let's do something called Southern Poverty Law Center. Let's demonize these men, all right? Because what they're saying is fire that could spark, and if it does spark, we can't put it out. And that's what you're seeing.
That only brought more attention to it.
More.
So at the end of the day, guess what? You hurt. You're gonna stay hurt and keep getting more hurt. Because the more you try to come against it, the more it's gonna blow up in your face.
That's it.
Because you're coming against the Lord.
That's it.
So go ahead. We're gonna try to breeze through that.
Come.
All right. Verse 4. No, this is verse 3. Verse 3, I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for my anger, even them that rejoiced in my highness. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle.
What precept is that?
Yeah, this 4. That was 4.
And that's what's happening now in the Middle East. All right, going back to Joel, the 3rd chapter. All right, the Most High said what? Prepare war. So that's what's happening. You got all these nations, all right, testing their nuclear capabilities, all right, sending their military armaments out there in the Middle East, all right, towards the Russian border, so-called Russian border. All right, you got all kinds of different countries all of a sudden, all right, testing military stuff, man. That's the Lord telling you, he's mustering up the hosts,
Right.
okay? Getting them prepared, stirring up their minds, all right? Nation shall rise against nation, all right? That's one nation stirring up another nation, man. America stirring up Russia, stirring up China, all these different countries, man. You got countries in NATO saying that they're not going to go to war with any country just because the U.S. want to go to war with them. All right, then that's going to break the agreement in NATO. That's what NATO is all about. So that's all a division right there, man. That's all the Lord mustering up the hosts. All right.
Yeah. Definition for the word muster.
Mm.
It says assemble troops, especially for inspection or in preparation for battle.
So now what's Biden doing? You know, now when you assemble the troops, you put them on standby. After you gather them, and then when the time is ready, you deploy them, right? So that's what the Lord is doing. Okay.
That's right. These armies is they protecting their guns, they testing their guns, they got their troops deployed. That's mustering.
Yeah, which ultimately that in Isaiah 13, the Lord is talking about those missiles, and it's going to tell you.
That's right.
That's what they're doing. They're doing testing. You know, mustering it up, getting ready.
Yep. Building up the arsenal.
That's right. Verse 5. They come from a far country.
What? Those missiles.
That's right.
Okay, from it's gonna say it. Go ahead.
From the end of heaven, even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation.
And the weapons of his indignation, his righteous anger, is gonna be those nuclear missiles. It's gonna be one of those, but also the lasers from the chariots. Okay,
right.
But ultimately it's fire. Okay, but in there is gonna be those nuclear missiles, those ICBMs, those super hypersonic missiles. Go ahead.
That's why they call it intercontinental. They come from a far country.
One
All right,
continent to the other.
another. All right, intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. All right, so it's not just he shot it off from Brooklyn to the Bronx. Nah, he shot it from a different country, like a far country. Like damn, he shot it from all the way from Russia, all the way to Cali, all the way to New York, all the way to Washington. All right, Florida, okay, Texas, all kinds of different states gonna get blown the hell up, man. All right, when the Lord starts turning things up, America's done, bro. And that's what we're telling you. All right, you better prepare. That's why we're here, pertaining to Ezekiel 3:17. All right, give them warning from me, saith the Lord. Okay, so we're just here to tell you what the scriptures say and what the Lord is about to do to this place in the very near future. All right, and it's not going to end well. So you might want to start saying goodbye and start thinking of prosperous things in the future, right? Like how your pastors tell you that 2022 is going to be your year. Finally, damn, after all these years you've been going to church, every single year is going to be a year, but this one year is going to be your year. We'll see. All right, go ahead.
Ends with saying, verse 5 ends with saying to destroy the whole land. And what weapon can destroy a whole land? A weapon of mass destruction. And what is that weapon? The thermonuclear missile.
Because America really is already destroyed. But the Lord is really about to put her in her coffin, in her grave.
Manifesting.
It's going to manifest it, right? It's like a saying that says most people die at 25 and they're not buried until 75. All right, America's really been dead, but she's now about to be buried. Okay,
The spirit of America has been already
right for
destroyed.
decades,
It's going downhill.
right since the 60s, 70s. All right, really when the prophets came on the scene back in the 70s, man. All right, and now that's being manifested because we've been saying the prophets of old. All right, all the way back to Elder Abba Bivens. All right, and you know High Priest Ariah and Apostle Tahar, all of them, all those great men. All right, who did this work? They were saying the same exact things. When was I don't know if you've seen the videos, but I've seen it. All right, the video that the elders posted of Elder Abba Bivens, I believe Apostle Tahar posted it, and I was listening to it, and he was going into the same exact precepts that we've been going into. You know, pretty much saying breakdowns. I said, damn, he sounds
in his book. He sounds just like
just like what we're saying. So the same things have been said since the 50s, man. 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s,
and it is
2000.
evolved.
Right.
You know, because more
Right.
information comes out all
He's
the time.
manifesting.
Yeah.
We're drawing closer and closer. Because you got people who say, oh, well, how come those men cannot be men of the Lord because they're in the spirit world? Well, you got to understand that the latter of the last days already started. So those men did their work, and then the Lord took them out, and then we kept on going. So it doesn't mean that all the men of all 144,000, all of us going to be here at the same time, alive at the same time. No, because the scriptures tell you, right, that there's going to be some who are going to be in the grave, and when Yahushua come, they're going to come with Yahushua, man. They're going to be risen up first.
Well, it says that their works do follow them.
That's it.
So what works is that? And where's it following them too?
Right.
You know, but hey, at the end of the day, man, the Lord is going to set it all straight, you know, in His right time.
That's it.
You know, but read on to like verse 9, then we'll end it there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, this is verse 6. How ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty.
So that's what the Lord is bringing. He's bringing that destruction, and He's starting now, and ultimately He's going to end with that fire. Go ahead.
All right. Therefore shall all hands be faint.
So you ain't going to have no power, no strength to do anything. You're going to do what the Spirit of the Lord is on you to do. That's it. Go ahead.
And every man's heart shall melt.
Meaning your mind, your ideas, your thoughts, whatever, you ain't going to be able to do nothing. Because you're going to be what? Afraid.
All right.
Heart attacks.
That's right. And they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth.
Like a pregnant woman. A woman she's going through these labor pains, she's feeling the contractions, the baby is coming, her water is breaking. That whole process, she's travailing. Okay? And that's what you people are gonna be liking on to.
And she can't stop it. You know, she has to go through the pain until that baby's delivered. You know, and that's a lot of some people even die giving birth. Some women die giving birth. So the pain is gonna be so bad that people gonna draw dead from that, man. The Lord is really gonna turn up on a lot of people, man. Just watch.
When you check out the labor pains, the contractions, they increase.
They get worse, yeah.
Towards the end,
Right.
it gets worse and it's more rapid and it's more painful.
That's why the mother's crying, the baby comes out, the baby's crying.
That's right. Everybody crying.
Everybody.
Yeah, that's a good metaphor. The woman travaileth. The Lord is ill author at his word. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames.
So it doesn't mean that they're going to be excited. They're going to be amazed, meaning they're going to be astonished. They're going to be shook up. Go ahead.
Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel, but with wrath and fierce anger, both with wrath and fierce anger,
To do what?
to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it.
So that tells you what? That's verse 9, right?
Yeah.
So that tells you what? That in this time you're going to have sinners, people that are breaking the Lord's law, and he's going to come with what? Wrath and fierce anger to lay the land desolate. And that's going to be by that destruction that's coming. So ultimately, your only hope is what? That you are of the elect. And so to do that, you got to make your calling and election sure. For if you do these things, you're not going to fall.
Diligence.
You give your diligence to make, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. All right? But anyway, with that, brothers, got any precepts? Things? All right? So with that, we hope you were edified. In closing, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.
Shalom.